a great professor by the name of Dr. Ben Wilson. He passed away. Taught me a lot. And the one thing I'll never forget he taught me the term representative sampling. And he would always talk about how he said, he always used the word, y'all in words, we get representative sampled. I said, what is that? He said, all it takes is one person to do something wrong in our community and the entire culture gets blamed. Even though the numbers speak to which demographic are primarily school shooters. We know the demographic, primarily school shooters. Which demographic are primarily pedophiles? We know the demographic, but never once is the stigma placed upon the entire culture.
You know, what my co-host Dr. Musa Abdullah just described, that's not just an academic theory, right? Anytime one black person does something, particularly a black man, then that's described or prescribed to anybody who shares a skin color. Think about how the game is played. Remember that Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax?
Disturbing breaking news out of Virginia. Fairfax County police say that former Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax shot and killed his wife and himself in what appears to be a murder-suicide. Fairfax's children were in the house at the time. One of them was the 911 caller. Police say the shooting appears to be related to an ongoing domestic dispute between the couple.
We can all universally say a horrible act took place. But what did they do? They pulled the representative sampling lever and applied it to all black men. I'm sitting here watching people all across the internet. Panel after panel, Zoom call after Zoom call. You need to be better than black women. Us black men are so horrific. They took one fringe actor, one black male fringe actor, and used it to paint a broad brush across black America. I don't know about you, but that made me feel a certain kind of way. But let's take a look and see how things fit when the shoe is on the other foot.
We are learning new details concerning a murder-suicide in Marana. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Robbie Reynolds. Today we're getting our first look at the man Marana police say shot and killed his ex-wife in front of their children on Memorial Day. News 4 Tucson spoke with a woman who says she knew Brian Schnur for many years as his patient. She confirmed that this photo is of Schnur, a Marana chiropractor who police say shot and killed his ex-wife before taking his own life. Sources close to the investigation tells News 4 Tucson Schnur is suspected of killing his ex-wife, Michaela Durfee, after picking up their children and putting them into his car at a home near Silverbell in Cortero. Police say after Schnur left the house, he took his own life less than a mile away. The couple's two children, both under 4, were found safe in the car and are now in protective care.
You got it. An act of unspeakable violence towards his ex-wife. He shot her multiple times in front of their children, then drove the children out near the desert, left them in the car, walked out into the desert, and took his own life. No one supports it. We all see it for what it was. Horrible, heinous act, right? What's different? Now ask yourself, where were the emergency live panels? Where are the Zoom calls? Where's the ringing of the alarm? Where's the condemnation of the culture? Where are the cross-country lectures where they browbeat white men and tell them what civilized activities look like and how their demographic needs to do a better job of protecting its women? You don't see them because they don't exist, fam. You're not blind. They didn't do them. We're the ones who get relegated to this. We have to sit through it. This is not a one-off. This happens time after time after time. Brian Schnur's skin color affords him a luxury we don't get. He gets the gift of individuality. To them, Brian Schnur is just a sad, tragic aberration, a one-off, a local story, a broken individual. Notice the asymmetry. See, now corporate media and lots of independent media would operate the representative sampling effect to white males, you know what they would find? They would find 70% or so of murder-suicides are committed by who? White men. What? White people don't want to live? White people don't want to avoid being shot by their husbands or ex-boyfriends or ex-husbands or friends or other family members? So why not highlight it? Because you're doing it, you're only highlighting it when it's us because you want to protect people, right? What, you don't want to protect fellow white Americans? I don't know how I feel about that. It seems a little racist that you don't want to protect white people from horrific, tragic deaths at the hands of loved ones. Don't you care? I thought you guys said white lives matter. See, if they applied the representative sampling measure to white men, their whole collective cultural narrative would collapse. Because, see, you got to have a negative to go with your positive. And now if we're both negative, then the demonization of black men will stop working. Or at least it won't be as effective. And that's really what it's about. And why do they do it? Well, we know why they do it. Like Dr. Musa said in our show, Beyond the Talking Points. They do it because of the bag, baby. There's money in it. And we get someone like Anton Daniels, who wears a hat that says bag chasers. You're chasing the bag, and chasing the bag means throwing black men under the bus and elevating white men by the mechanism of making them individuals. You either don't cover it, or you make, when you do cover when you do cover white men doing horrific things, you one-off it. You isolate it. It's an individual act, a lone wolf. That's because real analysis doesn't pay the bills. Now, you got to have a pile-on, a cultural narrative pile-on to black men in particular. Often, and there's times it's black women too. They do the same thing to black women. Oh, let a black woman get into a fight somewhere. Oh my God. Oh, black women loud. They argued in a place, in a restaurant. See, that's the culture. Conservative media uses these representative samplings to validate their biases. And sadly, some black folks fall right for it, man. They say things like, yeah, it's always us. Why do we always do this? The real question is, why do they always show you doing this? Even a better question, a sharper question would be, why aren't they showing themselves doing this? Do you believe they don't do this as well? Where's the Zoom calls? Where's the lectures? Where's the finger wagging by Rob? Where's the Roland Martin finger wagging platform? 10 black men shouting at other black men who aren't there, telling them to just do better. What you got to understand, that black men's reputation is just collateral damage for their pocketbooks, for their financial stability. I won't even say unintended consequences, because they intend to do that shit. These motherfuckers know what they're doing. And it's happening on both sides. It happens when conservatives point to it and label it black culture, and it happens when black liberals point to it and call it a 3-alarm fire. Here's the deal. We can't fiercely protect black women. We could do that without letting media vultures cannibalize black men's reputation, souls, individuality for clicks and views. We can do the both. We don't have to allow them to attack black men, husbands, sons, fathers, just so they can make a buck. To all the conservatives and the liberals out there, if you're not going to call for a Zoom call or a national conference whenever a white man snaps, I'm going to ask you to be consistent and do the same when it comes to black men. I'm gonna need you to keep that same energy and stop looking for representative sampling, collective punishment for all black men, for individual black men. Because if you use your logic and applied it to white men, we'd be seeing a whole rack of panels sitting around dissecting the minds of white divorced dads and chiropractors, white chiropractors, to make sure then that ticking time bomb is about to explode all over Arizona, Maryland, New York, New Jersey, and every place in between. But we both know you will never see that because they know like we know. It's not a collective guilt, it's not a moneymaker when it comes to white America. Ah, yes. Dr. Musa and Dr. Ben Wilson's representative sampling. Huh. It's a powerful frame, isn't it? Pledge to do this one thing for me, if you rock with me. The next time you're on your timelines and you see a bipartisan pile-on happening where they're jumping out the gym, attacking black men and labeling us based on the individual's actions, don't accept it as reality. Don't feed into it. And for God's sakes, don't pile on. Don't turn on yourself and accept their frame of what black men are. Recognize it for what it is. Propaganda in a play for money. Because that's all it is. Do that, and you won't fall for their BS. Their BS will fall on deaf ears. We may not be able to control the system, but we can let those that follow us know that their framing and their lies are outrageous. And if we do that, we stay down, we stay true, and we stay dangerous. My name is Tim Black, and you're watching the most dangerous show in America. Mic drop.